came across this article, What I Wish I Knew at 25 About Buying Property. And the subheader reads, Build a home with your heart, but make property decisions with the head. I think that's good advice. And buying property at 25, to me that's pretty early because I bought mine at 27, and looking around, I guess most bought around 28, 29, 30. Leave in the comment sections what was the age that you actually bought your first property. Since this article is behind a paid wall and I can't really see details of it, maybe I'll reflect on my journey and share with you a bit on what I wish I knew when I bought my first HDB. That was in 2011, so about 10 years back, and I was aged 27 then. Looking back at that journey, the first thing that I'd like to really suggest is you need to know what you need most, because that's something that maybe agents can't help you with also. And back at that point of time, I was prioritizing being near my parents, simply because I was looking ahead that if I have a kid, there'll probably be a big part of childcare giving. But for you, maybe I would like to ask you this question. Do you need to be near MRT? Because convenience might be very important. You can save 15 minutes, 20 minutes of bus ride. That could make the world of difference going to work every day. Do you like to be near a mall? That's convenience itself. That will save you some time. That will give you, all the leisure activities in a stone throw away. But on the other hand, if you think about it, why do some affluent people choose to stay so secluded areas? All the GCBs, they are in a cluster together, correct? And the simple logic is because they prioritize privacy. So, we can conceptualize it like a scale. At a certain wealth point, we prioritize convenience. That is very important. We are working. And the affluent, they prioritize privacy because they have cars, they have chauffeurs. But again, look back at what you honestly need most. Don't go with what people need. Go with what you need. Make your life good, make your life happy. Make your house fitting to what you need in your life right now. And let's move on to the second point on what I wish I knew a bit better. Previous years, there used to be this concept of in-principle approval for a loan itself. I guess it's still needed, but bank loans these days are really getting very instant. And I would like to propose you need to know your budgets very clearly. You can go and check out on online calculators. There are so many these days compared to 10 years ago. You can go banks, you can go Property Guru. They'll offer you a calculator if you're buying a HDB or private property, how much you can roughly loan based on your obligations right now and your income. In any case, if you're going for HDB loan, maybe I can quickly share something very useful for you. The rule of thumb that I came to realize is if you're in your 20s and 30s, you can actually use 65 times of your combined monthly income to determine roughly where your HDB loan size is going to be. Let me put some numbers to things. That means if combined income is $10,000, the rule of thumb suggests that the HDB loan you can qualify is about $650,000. So you kind of know already offhand what is the budget size of house you can go. Don't go for 1.1 million Bishan new HDB and you overstretch your finances. Life stages change, correct? You might have a kid and you stretch out everything. It's not going to be too pleasant. Or on the other hand, if you want to get to FIRE, financial independence, retire early, you need to clear your mortgage quickly. Which means you buy a $1.1 million new spanking HDB in Bishan, you take longer years to complete that loan. So be very savvy on what you want, know your budgets, and with that we move on to the third point, which is location. A bit similar to the first point on what you need, but I'd like to expand on it a bit further. Some of my friends who bought ECs in outskirt areas like Sembawang, like Punggol area, they actually sold away the house after 5 years to move nearer to either of the parents. And that actually makes sense because location is very important. When you are young married couple, you can stay somewhere far from parents. But after a while, you realize that it's very inconvenient. You want to visit them, it takes 45 minutes a ride down. You're not going to feel too comfortable about it. And then they started to look at primary schools. And you get near the distance in terms of how they prioritize for primary schools. That's where you change your perspective even more. But if on the horizon there's no such urgency, you're free to choose any project that you might need. In any case, that's my second son over there. So childcare needs are very important when it comes to buying a house. And that leads to the next point number 4, which is to see enough units. And that's maybe where an agent can really help you. Look at different layouts, try to conceptualize what a home really is. Because you might be thinking you need 3 bedrooms, that's where you grew up with. But on the other hand, when you see houses that are 2 bedrooms, you kind of envision, hey, maybe for the next 5-10 years, there is no need for 3 bedrooms. then quite possibly you don't need to overstretch your budget. A 2-bedroom unit might still work for you. But having said that, also, don't paralysis of analysis. I've seen before individuals who have viewed for months and months and not too sure what to nail down on. And see enough units, and when you like one, be ready to make an offer, which is point number 5. If you found something you like, that's when you really need to pay for it. So this discussion on, head versus heart. Head suggests that you should bargain hard, negotiate it lower. If the listing price is $1 million, offer $900,000 only. That is what the head is saying. But I'd like to suggest something, especially if you're new to the property market looking for a house. The heart, once it finds something that it likes, there is this regret factor, which means if you don't offer it, or if you offer too low and someone snatches it at $1 million away, you might have that regret, and it's not too easy to find something else that fits what you fell in love with. I'm not saying that you should throw the kitchen sink at something that you have found and like. I'm saying that if you understand the market situation right now, if the market is hot, the listing offers $1 million, if you offer $900,000, you're not likely going to get it, correct? And you don't want that regret factor. You need to really make an offer that you can walk away with. On the other hand, maybe many years down the road, markets are cool. And then that's where you can really lowball. So the head and the heart part, one is regret, one is knowing the market situation and knowing the numbers. That really comes hand in hand and really helps you make proper decisions on what you want to offer and help you start building a home with. And with that, I'd like to open up the discussion to the floor itself. If you have actually bought a property before, what are things that you wish you knew? Maybe you can share your wisdom with younger audiences looking to buy their first flat. Share with us your journey. Share with us your regrets. Maybe there are some golden nuggets of wisdom over there that we can all learn from this podcast. If you have benefited from this discussion, smash your like as always. And with that, I'll sign off from here and see you next one. Take care and goodbye.